We're going to have an opening statement by each of the candidates. You have 1 minute opening statement. Excuse me, 30-second opening statement, starting with C. Jack Ellis.
Well, thank you very much. Good afternoon to each and every one of you. Thank you to the Georgia Informer for having us all here this evening, this afternoon rather. And let me wish all of you a very happy Independence Day, 4th of July celebration. I'm Jack Ellis, born and raised in the city. Of course, served my country and our country faithfully for 20 years in the military, served 2 years in Vietnam, and of course served 8. You honored me and elected me as your mayor. Served 8 years where we had a great time and a very difficult job, but enjoyed it immensely, and we were able to accomplish quite a lot. But we know that there's a lot of work to be done in all elections about the future, so I'm looking forward to a city with one city with one future, and ask you to join us on this journey. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Robert Reichert, and 4 years ago you elected me to be mayor of Macon. Over the last 4 years we have worked together, and we have a record of accomplishments despite a bad national economy. We have brought jobs to Macon. We have made progress in revitalizing our downtown area as well as our center city neighborhoods. But there is more work to be done, and we have laid the groundwork for good things yet to come. I ask for your support and re-elect Robert Reichert. Let's keep a good thing going. Thank you.
At the right time? All right, good evening. My name is Bronson. I am running for mayor for the city of Macon. And just a quick side note, to start out with, Denzel Washington wrote, "A good actor with a good opportunity has a shot. Without the opportunity, it doesn't matter how good you are." So what I'm standing before you, asking you for the opportunity to serve you, opportunity to lead with you. This is opportunity to move the city forward. This is our chance to vote for a new leadership with a new vision for a new city. And with your trust, because I'm not here to get a vote, I'm here to earn your trust, we can move the city forward together. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My first question is, the statement, first of all, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's a term that we use pretty regular in the black community. It's called driving while black. The police set up more roadblocks in the black community than they do in the North Macon community. This didn't just happen today. It's been going on for a long, long time. As a result, more black people receive tickets, moving violations, and they pay more money out to the city. Anytime you doubt any of this, go to the city hall when they have court hearings in the morning. You have about 80% black people there. Now, question is, do you stop this, spread it out over the community, spread out roadblocks where you question people for their license and everything else? Or do you do, as some people say, keep it in the black community because you put it in low-income areas where there's more crime? Either results, you have tickets given out from a lot of time, most of the time, the poorest among the poor are paying all these violations. We want to start off with Mayor C. Jack Ellis.
Thank you. Thank you. First of all, I'm going to disagree slightly with you. It says it's been going on for a long time. It didn't happen during my administration. Would not have tolerated it. We meted out justice equally across this city. When I hired a new chief of police, Chief Ron Monroe, I made clear that we would not racial profile. Yes, we would enforce the law wherever lawbreakers were found, be it North Macon, South Macon, or East Macon. And when you return me to office, if it's happening, we will stop it. We will, in fact, enforce the law, but we will not single out any particular section of town. That we will make sure that justice is meted out equally, but there will be no racial profiling. There will be no special roadblocks in one community at the expense of another community. That's wrong, and I would not tolerate it, and I'll make sure that the chief of police is clear. And if that's a culture that has raised its head in the community, we'll stop it, and we'll stop it immediately.
Mayor Reichert.
There's a significant difference between racial profiling, which is wrong, and trying to target your police efforts and activities in neighborhoods that are plagued with violence and crime. We have calls all the time from people that are demanding increased levels of police protection because of the level of violence and crime they are experiencing in their neighborhood. So when you respond to the neighborhoods that are asking for the police protection, that's not racial profiling. I agree that roadblocks, just license checks should not be set up predominantly in black neighborhoods. That's not right. That needs to be, but policing in neighborhoods where you have the greatest amount of crime, I think, is an appropriate response and requested by and welcomed by the community, by the people that live in those communities.
Bronson.
I agree. We should have equal security for all neighborhoods. We should have equal police protection throughout the different areas, and provide. Basically tackle crime head on where it stands. We have to work together with the community leaders and religious leaders also to ensure that we tackle that issue that we're having as far as the different areas that are being hit with the police departments and crime.
Okay, before we go on to the next question, I do want to apologize for the absence of Mr. Brown. Because he's a very important candidate and we did have him listed here. This is a community forum. We reached out quickly in a brief period of time to put a forum together, and I encourage you all to put forums together with the remaining time, because these races are very serious. A lot of city council people really need to be heard and listened to, and we really wanted this community to have a chance as we get down closer to have a forum. So some of the communication may not have been as pointed as it should, but we have reached out to people, and I just wanted to say that I regret that he's not here at this time. Moving forward, I would like to give this next question, first of all, to Mayor Reichert, then to C. Jack Ellis, and then to Mr. Paul Bronson. What is your assessment of the last 4 years' mayoral administration as it has affected Macon's diverse population? Black, white, families, city employees, poor, rich, youth, and elders.
My assessment of the last 4 years is that despite a challenging national economy, we've been able to make progress, and significant progress, on the issues that confront the community. We've been able to manage financially with the limited resources that we have. We've been able to bring additional jobs to Macon, working with the Industrial Authority and the Macon Economic Development Commission. We've attracted aerospace industry. We've attracted first quality baby products to Macon, and additional jobs as well. So bringing jobs to Macon and laying the building blocks for the revitalization of downtown and center city neighborhoods. We've passed 3 tax allocation districts, and we've got an urban redevelopment plan. So we've put the basic building blocks in place and are poised and ready to make even more progress in the next 4 years. So my assessment of the last 4 has been that it's been well operated and it's made great plans for the future.
Do I need to repeat?
No. My assessment has not been as rosy as the mayor has spoken about. What I looked at when I saw the Music Hall of Fame pack up in Levi City, I said that if I was in the mayor's office, I felt that that wouldn't have happened. I felt that we would work harder, we would have worked smarter, we would have worked earlier to make that happen. I don't think I would have laid off 33 city employees while giving the highest paid city employee a pay raise. I heard the mayor state last week that they looked around and saw what city managers make. Well, the CAO is not a city manager. He's a chief administrative officer. And if you're going to pain, you have to, everyone must sacrifice. Pain must be spread around equally. And I just don't think you can justify giving one man a $27,000 raise while you're asking other people to sacrifice, even not only sacrifice a little bit, but even to lose their jobs. And even with the Macon Economic Development Commission, I think that the mayor has a responsibility, no matter who the mayor is, to work with the private sector in a more harmonious way to bring jobs to the city, not saying that we're going to walk away.
Mr. Bronson, do I need to repeat the question?
Yes, please.
What is your assessment of the last 4 years mayoral administration as it has affected Macon's diverse population? Black, white, families, city employees, poor, rich, youth, and elders.
As an assessment and as a leader with the Georgia Guard, one biggest thing that we pay attention to is lack of communication or is communication skills. I have to say a lack of communication amongst the city council, community leaders, and education. Now, with that being said, this just didn't happen over 4 years. For the last administration, to play it fair, the last administration has dealt the best way possible for the hand that was dealt to them from previous administrations. So in reference to that, I would say as mayor, I would work harder to communicate better on both sides of the lines, both Republican and Democrat, black and white, poor and rich. I think that's what we need right now. We can't waste our time anymore bickering over what happened years ago. This opportunity to start focusing our attention on what can we do now to better our children's education and better our families, because that's what it's all about, the people. Thank you.
Okay, the final question. We're going to begin with Mayor Reichert. Okay, I'm sorry. We'll begin with Bronson, then Ellis, then Reichert. What of your background, education, experience, community service, and vision make you the